Yes, make it happen. Hair Loss
Yes.
Clinic and Wellness Center. Riverside, California at 6927 Brockton Avenue, Suite 2B, 92506. And we've been here, as a matter of fact, 7 years. So here's 7 years, and it doesn't seem like it. It seemed like just yesterday that I moved into this facility, but 7 years, and a lot has happened in 7 years, and I'm grateful.
The reason really why I wanted to come to see you is because in reflecting on my treatment with you over
Yes.
those 6 weeks, and just the personal development, the character development that's been going on with me the last couple of months, one of the main things that you said was, the success depends upon how well you're able to keep up with the routine.
Yes. And to that point, it is so very important. And that was one of the things the director stressed to us. People think about the practical part of it, putting a topical treatment on, or even maybe taking a supplementation or something like that. But what he shared with me was you can give the client everything that they need. But if they're not in the either emotional or financial or physical or all of those positions to implement that, then you may or may not have some or no success. But don't take it personal, because you have done your job in sharing, here is what you have, here's what you can do, and I'm customizing this for you. And that was hard for me at first, Mikey, because I wanted everyone to leave with a success story the first time. Like I gave it to them, they were able to, make the investment, implement it, and get the growth. And I saw that as success. But I had to change my mindset in understanding that the success was the fact that they realized that they needed to do something, and they came to see me. They realized that they needed to do something. They came to see me. I gave them that. And then from there, it may happen that day. It may happen a year later. It may happen 2 years later. They may circle back to me. But I have made a difference. And then the results may come later. Or they may not ever come in the way that I want them to. But the person, like you just shared, you got some things that you needed to start you on your journey that really didn't have anything to do with hair loss, but that affects hair loss. So I say it's still a success. Yeah. I wear a t-shirt that says, I wear this t-shirt sometimes that says, hair loss is not about the hair. It is not. It is not. It is about so much more. And many times we put like the mental health or the psychological part of it or the stress, or which all of that affects our sympathetic nervous system, which ties into hair growth, which people don't give a lot of credence to, but it's so very important. So we kind of put it at the bottom of the list, but I think that goes on the top of the list, because you have to be mentally prepared, even to sometimes people to um, accept that they're experiencing hair loss, or the reason why they're experiencing hair loss, because you really had to tap into why you were losing it, and it was because of all the stuff that was happening in your life and affecting your immune system, which then triggered hair loss. So yeah, the mental part of it is very key. Trichology is simply the scientific study of the hair and scalp. So just like in school you study, physical science or health science, or what is the nuts and bolts of the hair and scalp. That's really what trichology is. And a trichologist is someone who assists others with hair and scalp concerns. I don't even call them problems, but concerns. So they might be what we most people say, my hair is shedding, but it's really diffusing. So whether it's shedding or whether there's a bald spot or whether there's an itchy scalp or scalp pain or just simply build up on the scalp. So we address all those issues. What you can expect when you come in to see a trichologist like myself is a very comprehensive consultation. That's our goal, to understand what is happening and why, and what you can do about it. So that's kind of what we do. When you came in, did a very comprehensive consultation, and depending on the trichologist, they may have tools that they use to get to those answers. Like I use a bioscan, I rely on blood work. I do a very extensive analysis of your health history, your family history, your day to day, what you do, what your life looks like, because all those things play into how you be and how your body reacts and how that might relate to hair loss. So yeah, that's what trichology is. That's what a trichologist is, and that's kind of what we do. Now, I take a holistic approach to hair loss. So I don't use a lot of pharmaceutical things. That's not a right or wrong. That's just a preference. So I deal with the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. So, you may come to see me and I may say to you, based on our consultation, I think you might need to address this trauma that happened in your life when you were 10 years old. And you're kind of like, well, I'm here for hair loss. How does that affect hair loss? Then I have to share that with you. So, yeah, I'm a holistic hair practitioner as well as a trichologist.
Is that an earthquake?
It is. It is. She don't like earthquakes. We can tell that we are having an earthquake, and we're on the second floor, so it feels. You talked about an adaptogen. I gave that to you based on something that I discovered in your consultation. And another client, she was going through a very stressful time. I gave her an adaptogen as well. And she was sharing with me in one of her treatment sessions. She was like, girl, I'm just chilling. I don't, there's a lot going on in my life, but it's not affecting me like it normally would. And I brought to her attention the adaptogen. She said, is that what that's for? I said, yes. And she said, well, it's working. I do treatment plans. I customize them based on the person, and what they may need. And sometimes the client will come back and they'll look at the price point, because there is a premium on treatment. Mm-hmm. It just is. I really do try to make it affordable because I really do want to help the people in our community. And let's just keep it real. Some people in our community, the Black and brown community, they don't have the financial resources that maybe others do.
And that's why we be stressed and losing our hair.
It's the truth. And so I have kept that in mind. I've really tried to help my community. But there is a premium on the cost for treatment. And so sometimes when I give them, I say, hey, this is what it is. They're like, wait, do I need this, and this? I'm like, yes, because this is going to address your sympathetic nervous system. This is going to assist your immune system. This is going to assist your hormones. This is, so you have to address all of if you want to get optimum results. So it's not that we're just trying to, in the trichology community, there is this, what would I call it? Assumption that they just charging you a bunch of money, just charging you up. It's like, no, these are the things that you need. And it's not about just about a bottle of oil that you put on your scalp and tomorrow your hair is going to grow back. For most, it is not that. And so we have to put you together a system that addresses your mental and physical health. I've been working on, probably for the last 6 months or so, my new luxury spa room where I will be offering Japanese head spa. And that grew out of a few things. Going back to holistic and dealing with the whole person and wanting to help everybody, even though I know I can't help everybody, I do want to put as many things in place that I can. So there's the client that comes in, and I have seen them literally stressed to the absolute max. And yes, they are losing their hair as a result of it. But maybe they're not in the position to do that full trichology protocol that I shared with you about. Right. But they are able to come in and spend 90 minutes with me. How could I assist that client? Japanese head spa is a luxury head spa that addresses both relaxation as well as therapeutic. So it's much more than a shampoo or a scalp detox, but it does include those things as well. It plays to all of your senses: touch, smell, hearing, sight, and even taste. So when you come to this session, this 90-minute session, you're going to experience techniques that are going to help to relax you, to address your sympathetic nervous system. We'll be using tools that'll play to your sense of touch. There'll be sound in the room, waterfalls, music, sound baths.
It's really like a spa.
It's a whole spa experience. And I decided to really do it. Like you said, I don't play with, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. So I made an appointment to go have a Japanese head spa.
Okay.
When I got there, it was everything but that. And I had done my research on what a Japanese head spa entailed. So I knew that it should be more than just a shampoo. And what I received was a bunch of mess. The only thing that was true to the Japanese head spa of it was the price point. Now she charged me the price point for a Japanese head spa, but I did not receive that service. And I was very disappointed. So I took the time to make it a teaching moment for her. When we left, I said to her, I said, I did my research on what a Japanese head spa should entail. What equipment, from the equipment to the technician, to the tools, to the experience, to the service, all of it is very different. And I didn't experience any of that. And I am very disappointed. So maybe you might consider not calling it a Japanese head spa, so people don't come thinking they're going to get that.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I don't know if she took my advice on that or not, but what it taught me was, if you're going to do that, then do that. So I did go, and I was trained by a technician who actually traveled to Japan and trained with the authentic Japanese technician to learn the movements, the techniques. I had to make a great investment in the equipment that I use. I mean, the bed. I mean, it's a
It's a
bed.
bed?
It's a bed. Oh, I was so excited when it first got delivered here. I mean, it came in a crate. You know, they had to use some special tools. I had to pay more money just to have it delivered here.
Wow.
And then I had to pay somebody else to put it together. I usually, my husband, he'd come in, put the chair together. He was like, nah, Trey, this is out of my league. And so put it together. It's electronic. You push a button and it lay you back. So it's exciting. There's other pieces to it. We have a head bath, that you use along with it. There's other tools that I purchased, for this massage part of it, and sound, and it's a whole nother level. It's a whole nother level. So
I'm coming back for that next.
Yeah, you coming back. You coming back for that next. So so I did that. So for the person who can't do the whole protocol, but they can come spend 90 minutes with me, and I still can assist them with the health of their hair and scalp and relaxation, and get them to the position where they can think about how I can implement and why it's important that I find a way to address what's happening. I mean, most people, by about 30 minutes into it, they fall asleep, and they're just in a place of peace. And people in the world are hurting. They are going through things. They are suppressing trauma that has not been addressed. That in that room, they get to escape that for a period of time, and then leave there in a space where they've had someone to touch them in a way that makes them feel special, heard, because part of it is a consultation. Part of the service is a consultation. We start with a consultation. I show you your scalp health. We do our trichoscope analysis where they see what their scalp looks like. So, it's a whole thing. It's a whole protocol in and of itself, where you get the consultation, you see what your scalp health it looks like, you understand what needs to be done, and then we end it with something very special for you, and you leave with healthy hair and scalp, mind, body, and soul. So that's what a Japanese head spa is about.
That's powerful. That's powerful. Ooh, wait, I gotta take that in. Hold on.
Right?
I didn't know that's why you were starting it.
That's why I did it, because I said, all right, I had that room became available, and I thought about, should I try to make more money in renting it out to someone?
Okay.
Or should I use it for something greater? And I chose to use it for something greater, and turn it into a luxury spa room. And so, I started, I had to drop some coins.
I know you had to.
Because we ain't. Oh no, this is next level luxury. It's luxury. So, and then I had to be trained, because I did not want to be like the person I experienced and call it something that it wasn't. So I had to go get training, and but we there. And you guys want to get in on this introductory special. Then it's going up. It's going up for there, because I told you I had to be trained. I had to buy equipment, all of it. So anyways, but it's going to be well worth it. Well, it's a night. Listen, people spend more for the hair that they weave on their head than they do on what's really important, and that is understanding why I need to weave this hair in anyway. So, hey. So anyway, yeah, that's going to be happening.
I love it. I love it. Because we could talk for hours.
Yes, we could. Mikey, that's me and you. Like, we made a connection years ago. I just have to, I have to say what it is. And what it really is that God does all things well. And there was no mistake that you and I were connected for so many reasons. And I could count all the ways. But when you are connected with a person, you may think it's for this reason. But for me and you, it was deep. Mm-hmm. It was deep. And yes, we worked together. You helped me with my social media, and Lord knows I need the help with it. Mm-hmm. I've assisted you with hair loss. Yeah, but it's much deeper than that for us. So it's always good. It's always good, and that is why we could talk forever.
I want you to talk about this.
Okay. My book. My book. Activate Your Hair Follicle. Comprehensive Guide to Solving Your Hair Loss and Scalp Problems. Yeah, this was my book that I'm always trying to improve. So I look for opportunities. And there was a young lady, Rosalind Green, and she was offering a 60-day author class. So I took it. Become an author in 60 days. Write your book in 60 days. And I did this. My book was designed with the layperson and the professional in mind. I wanted to have a tool. It's a tool that would help people to see themselves in it and discover where they needed to go, whether they actually were experiencing hair loss and wasn't sure what type of hair loss it is, because I talk about some of the most common hair loss and scalp problems. So I wanted them to be able to identify themselves like, oh, wait, my hair is shedding, and or I have this circle, and my hair has been bald in that area for a long period of time. Like, oh, that could be alopecia areata that she talked about in this book. Or maybe I have iron deficiency and my hair is shedding. Man, she talks about that in this book. Maybe I should go see a trichologist. And then it shares with you what a trichologist is, what a dermatologist is, what a cosmetologist is, and how each one of those people, so who to go to see for what and when. That's one of the chapters in the book. And then it talks about the difference between a trichologist, a hair practitioner, because there is a difference, or someone who is a hair practitioner, did a certificate course, someone who's done a full course. So you don't have an unrealistic expectation if you go see a person who did a 3-day course versus someone who went to a full trichology course for 2 years. It's not to put anyone down, but to know this is what you're going to get from this person, this is what you may get from that person. And then it's good for the stylist or barber or even the person who's braiding. They may not be licensed, because you don't have to have a license to braid or lock. Some of you may not know that, but you don't. So the person that may be doing your locks or braids may notice that there is an issue. So this is a good tool for them to have, so they can say, hey, look, I don't know what's happening, but this is what it sounds like. This is what it looks like. And maybe you should go see this person. So yeah, Activate Your Hair Follicle. It's a guide, because you know how people do you on Amazon. They buy the book. Then one person, I have, for the most part, check me out on Amazon. I have great reviews. But one person was like, I'm disappointed because she didn't tell me what to do. Well, it wasn't designed to give you a treatment protocol.
Right.
It was designed to help you see So my book did do what you needed it to do, even though you left me that bad review. It helped you understand that you did have a hair loss or scalp problem. And it did tell you who to go see. You just didn't take the next step to go see that person to get the results. You wanted to get results for your hair loss from this
$20.
Yes, for $20. And that's an unrealistic expectation. But I'm very proud of my book, and it has helped a lot of people. It has led a lot of people to me and to other. I have people who buy my, I look, I'm like, man, they in India and they bought my book. They're in Australia and they bought my book. I had a lady that I trained virtually from Australia because she bought my book.
Oh.
So she started with buying the book, and then she was like, oh, I want to do your course. And then she did the hair practitioner certificate course. And then she said, oh, I need more. So she wanted to do my new course that I shouldn't say it's new, but it's new, it's improved.
Okay.
I used to call it How to Transition into Trichology.
Oh, we going into the ebook now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So now I recently wrote an ebook that's called Chair to Clinic. And I updated the title. So it's now called, instead of How to Transition into Trichology, it's From Chair to Clinic. And I did an ebook that is a very comprehensive book on how to transition from cosmetology or barbering, or just how to transition into trichology. Because there's a misconception too that only barbers or cosmetologists or people that do hair are trichologists. That's not true. There are people who want to become a trichologist that don't do hair. And that's possible. The director of International Association of Trichologists, David Salinger, he is not a cosmetologist. All he does is consults all day. He helps people discover, how they lost their hair and what they can do. So, Chair to Clinic is my new ebook, and it will be available as well. It has a workbook that goes with it that helps you to work your way through. It's very detailed. It goes through each step to walk you through how to become a trichologist. And then if you want to do the practical part of that, then you could click another link and take my Chair to Clinic Masterclass.
Ooh, I like that.
My Chair to Clinic Masterclass. So you'll get the what, the how, the why, and then you're ready to start your new profession in trichology. And listen, you can go from, you can multiply your income stream 10 times. And that's reality. So you can go from charging $55, $65 for a hairstyle as a cosmetologist, or maybe barber, you're doing $55 for the service, to a $5,500 and $6,500 ticket over with doing the Chair to Clinic class. And that's real. That's not a reality. That's real. Understanding how to do that. And I have people in my ebook. Shout out to Danielle McBride, as well as Shayna Simone. Shayna was a mentee, and it was during COVID, and she did my How to Transition class online. While I didn't even know it. I won't give her testimony. I mention her because I put it in my success stories in my ebook, because I'm not talking about something I just talk about. I'm talking about something that I do. I would like to say that I am an expert in doing that. And so I do some of the success stories in my book, and Shayna Simone is one of them. And she did that. Check her out. Check her out. She multiplied her ticket by 10 times or more. So it is absolutely viable. And she didn't spend a day in person with me until after she started making her money. And then we met each other at a trichology conference. And but I did this with her online. So yeah, Cheddar Clinic, look out for it.
Woo! You got game for days. So you telling me you have a service like the spa that is accessible to just about anyone. You
Yes.
have a book where people can then continue to learn, get
Yes.
the information, just all the gain the resources.
Yes.
You got a comprehensive consultation and actual treatment that actually helps somebody like change the, you're an actual expert to help make that change, right?
Yes.
And then you also teach others how to do it.
Absolutely. And I love to teach. I love to teach. At the heart of, when I think back when I was a kid, and I was like, what did I say I wanted to be? And I said I wanted to be a teacher. And in my mind, that was kind of like I was thinking, I really pictured my elementary school teacher. And I thought I wanted to teach elementary school. But then I found myself, when I was working in the aerospace industry, on lunch, break time, cutting people hair. So I was like, all right. And then I was like, okay, so how does all this come together? And so that, it was a good job, maybe good money. I liked it. But what was my passion was doing hair. Anybody that would let me do their hair, I would do it, whether it was at work, at the house, or whatever. But I also always wanted people to understand and know. So I was always teaching them, like, you should roll your hair like this, and this is why you shouldn't do it like this. So that teacher in me was always there. Then I went to cosmetology school. When I graduated from cosmetology school, one of my instructors, one of my least favorite instructors, gave me a book that she wrote, and she said, you need to go to school, come back, and teach here.
Wow.
And I did. I taught there. I taught at the school at RCC where I went to school.
Wow.
Then I went and developed a school where now students are graduating, and one of the graduates work here. So God has a full circle plan for your life if you tap into the gifts and talents that he has given to you. So yeah, I love teaching as well.
Oh my goodness. This has been so rich. So much richness. I'm just bubbling. I'm bubbling. But all right, Miss Tracie, we're gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
Before we get out of here.
Okay.
And before you first I would like for you to tell people where they can find you, get your information.
Okay.
All of that. And then just a nugget that you would like to share.
All right. So Make It Happen Hair Loss Clinic and Wellness Center at 6927 Brockton Avenue, Riverside, California, Suite 2B, 92506. Phone number 951-686-2921. You can find me on Instagram at Active Follicles. You can find me on Facebook at Make It Happen Hair Loss Clinic and Wellness Center. My email address, MIHhairlossclinic@gmail.com. You can find my ebook at Chair to Clinic. You can find my masterclass at Chair to Clinic Masterclass. My book is on Amazon. What else? What else should I tell them?
I don't know. I think that's about it.
Think that's about it?
YouTube. Right?
YouTube. I have a YouTube channel.
Yes, Miss Tracie Radford,
trichologist. Miss Tracie Radford, trichologist. I mean, yeah, Mikey helped me step up my game. I have a YouTube channel. Yes, I have a YouTube channel, so you can find me on YouTube. And then just a nugget. A nugget is just learn to put yourself at the top of the list. It's simple, but it's true. Learn to put yourself at the top of the list. I'm even still learning to do that. You know, when you're a mother, I'm a wife, I'm an aunt, trichologist, Christian, believer, businesswoman, friend, sister. I'm a whole lot. And I try to be a best friend. I try to be well in those areas to each one of those, right? So in doing that, you sometimes forget to take care of yourself. And I had done that. But I am getting back to putting Tracie after God is Tracie. And in doing that, when you start to do that, you're going to tap into some things, traumas, past traumas, things that you need to do for yourself. And then you'll begin to heal. And you will become a better person, you know? And then that's going to lead you into it's going to branch you off into different spaces and places and things. So I think that's important. That's a little nugget that I would like to leave. Yeah, learn to put yourself first on the list. Then next, come get you a Japanese head spa. I'm telling you, it's all that and more.
It's up,
Mikey, thank you so much for this. Welcome. This is awesome. I love it. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm proud of you. All right.
Thank you.
We gonna make it.
We out. Make it happen.
Let's go.
Make it happen. Let's go.